What's up, ladies and gents, and welcome back to Forza Horizon 5. We are here with another seasonal championship, and it's the creative Spark 1. What we have to use is Cult Classics in the D class, so everything up to 500 rating. Those were 3 races. I'm using the AMC Gremlin X, tuned to a 500 tune. The tune is in the description, and then we would have all of these other cars. I can recommend the Beetle tuned to 500. I do not recommend the Peels or the Reliant for obvious reasons. The Miner is okay. I don't like the freewheeler, honestly. The Manx is okay when tuned over, a bit unstable but pretty fast. The Ford and the Datsun are fine as well, but since it's the week of the AMC with the, what was it, the treasure hunt, I believe it was, I decided why not give it a try and use it here as well, right? So like I already mentioned, the tune is again in the description, as always, and well, we jump right into the first race. Pretty varied lineup. There's a photo to take, but I'm not gonna do it. I feel like doing it, but I'm not. So D-Class should be reasonably simple because the cars are so slow. Go out of the way, little thing. Whoa. So this is what I was talking about. This car is really quick, even though it's a bit unstable. So that would have been a car choice as well. You might be wondering, why did I pick it? Like I said, it's pretty unstable in my opinion. And the speed like this, like it's really great in these lower end corners or lower end sections, but when you really put the foot down, then it just falls back like this and has no chance. You can probably get around it with a specific tune, but that really poses the question how much you want to change the characteristic of the car, and if you don't just want to pick a different car that already has characteristics that you're looking for. Like with the AMC, we are looking at a fairly stable car, a fairly stable build overall. Obviously we are on stock tires, and obviously we also don't have that much speed, but it's just part of a D class. As you can see, it's falling back now, but we are in the higher speed sections. The reward is pretty good with 99 Elise. So if you don't have that yet, certainly a decent reward to get. And like I already mentioned, the championship shouldn't be that difficult because D-class cars are very easy to handle, very easy to drive. And the easier the cars to drive, the easier these championships get, because the AI doesn't just magically get better, it's the same at everything, so it's easier to win on the lower classes, especially in road racing. The downside is the races take forever. This could have long been finished, but we are still going, obviously. We have a slow car, so... I wish I could use that tune that we used for the treasure chest. The 960 rating. I would assume we would have finished the race already, but... There's a bit of a bump there. We still got an ultimate clean racing skill though, so that's fine. There we go. And we can finish that and we have 20 points. Just like that. And the car looks alright, I think. Although I don't really like any of the Cult Classics, but... Guess I'm more of a fan of more modern cars. And if we talk about Cult cars, it's more like modern classics, so to speak, like a Diablo, for example. Like I really like 80s, late 80s, 90s. And then everything that came after. But I don't really care about cars from the 70s, for example. Or before then. Like I can appreciate, well, maybe the old GT and the old Mustangs, the Ford GT and the old Mustangs. Those are an exception, but generally speaking, I don't like very many cars of those eras. Look at that fight of these mini cars. Poke our nose in. Obviously, can hold the line here, so that's not too big of a problem. And we poke our nose in here. We're actually on the outside, so it's important that we actually get past before the corner. Now we get in here. And we go to the inside. And that puts us in first. Bit of a drift. I mean, it's not that stable in the sense that you don't get any minor drifts in, but I mean, we're on stock tires in the rain, so a little instability should be allowed, right? And we go straight on through. And yeah, now it's just finishing the race. T-Class almost a bit boring because of how bad the AI is at it. I would assume this week's video doesn't get the amount of views that last week's video gets, simply because of the amount of how much easier, or simply because of how much easier this week's challenge is. Again, last week was buggies, which are notoriously hard to handle. Completed with an off-road challenge, so that's really a deadly combination, I guess, for a lot of people. And obviously that's when people might be searching for it. People are probably not going to search for D-Tune. Maybe they are, I don't know. I can't look into the future. I can tell you next week how the result went. Was that a drift tab? Might have been. Might have been. Oh well, we're on the last lap. I'm doing reasonably well here. We're getting weird scores. Like Great Drift 262. Wonder if I picked up some car skill things. Car masteries, or... yeah. It's the only thing I have an explanation. Because 262 is and 104 for regular drifts. It's also weird. Weird scores. Like 104 is 4% more, right? That's a weird stat as well. I mean, possible, but still somewhat weird. Alright, that's race 2 in the bag. And then we want race 3, obviously. Where is it? Over here. Yeah, in the city. You please. There we go. Like, this is how I imagine one of those old cars. It has a little resemblance with the old Golfs. The old Golf GTI. From the front, the back, totally not, but from the front. Back is more like the typical French car from the era. That's not bad, overall. I'm not getting a car to photograph anymore. It's a shame. Oh, yes. Oh, there's one. I hate seeing the photo symbol. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I still to this day wonder why in 2014 you build a freewheeler, but it probably has its pretty hardcore group of fans, right? Alright, let's position ourselves on the inside. That gets us past this guy. And we probably already won the championship, that is, by finishing here in that position. And we weaseled through there. And that puts us into second. And, well, I would assume first is within grasp, because this car really shouldn't make much trouble. Yeah, I drove a wide line, and well, that makes it easy for us, right? And we go up. And to the left. Really isn't that much to say now, we're just driving on a string and not much going on. So yeah, like I said, D-Class is just... it's so much easier. The rain effects sound nice, but I feel like they've gone louder than they've been before. They seem awfully loud ever since I've taken the picture. Maybe that's just my ears, I don't know. Ear malfunction, I guess. So, that's a 2-minute lap, almost. That's another long race. Well, not long in the conventional sense, but compared to what we normally get here, it's pretty long. Actually, really, well, I don't hate the car. I should put it like that. It would be even better on dry conditions, obviously, like most cars. But it really it's a very stable drift that it enters when you overdo it a little bit. So it's very difficult to overdo it with the car. Like, you can push it past its boundary and when you enter a drift, but it doesn't really feel unstable or unsafe. You can just stay on full throttle and pull through, you know? It's not like how high-powered cars where when you lose stability you really fear that it goes elsewhere, but that really isn't the case with this. The rain effect is so loud. Like, seriously, is it me or am I imagining things, or is it actually louder? Like, you can probably tell in the video whether it's louder since I've taken a photo, right? I barely hear the car anymore. So maybe I should change the video title to ASMR with rain sounds. Sounds about right. Truth be told, I don't really know what ASMR is. I just know that it's popular and big and has something to do with soothing sounds or something. I have no idea. Go, put another drift in. No, first handbrake drift, and that actually made it a little unstable because it was not a naturally evolving drift. I just forced it into it. It's so slow up the hills. I mean, again, like I already mentioned, that makes the car super easy to drive, or the entire race series here. Well, I shouldn't say regardless of the class, appeal is still a pain. So, it's not like those cars become easy. But something like this, like a regular car, sure, why not? Oh, we hit the wall, that wasn't... I wanted to do it without hitting the wall. Oh well. 5:53, that's quite a long race. Well, comparatively. Alright. That's another 20 points, so that's 60 points. And 60 points means a win, and a win means that's pretty good. So yeah. And we once again end on a wheel spin and get a decent prize this time. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, farewell.